This is Uncle Momo's music reaction channel where I provide my views on talented artists from around the world, both established artists and non-established artists. And I promise you that you won't be disappointed whatsoever. So why don't you come and join me in discovering amazing, talented artists and bringing it to the forefront of my channel for us to view. Now, my next reaction of today, we are going over to the Philippines, and this has some strengthy historic values on this particular artist. I'm talking about Nora Aunor. Now, this one I'm going to check out of Nora Aunor is her 16-year-old self singing, and it's a rare video, singing You Don't Love Me Anymore. Now, that's a classic song, number one, but I was like, this is my first reaction of Nora Aunor, because I wanted to go back to, as you know, I've been reacting to a hell of a lot of Philippine artists, but I haven't done is gone back to find out the structure of who was that famous back in that day. You know, I always like to go into every country I go into. I like to go into the folk elements and find the historic values of that country, or who was that figure, that role model of that country. So I've gone into Wikipedia, and I just want to read out a little bit about Nora Aunor. It goes, Nora Cabaltera Villamayor, born in May 21, 1953, popularly known as Nora Aunor. Is a Filipino actress, recording artist, and film producer. Aunor is also appeared in several stage play television shows and concert. She is known as the Philippine cinema's superstar and was conferred as a national artist of the Philippines for film and broadcasting in 2022. Okay. The Hollywood Reporter calls her the Grand Dame of Philippine cinemas for her performances in the movie Trap and Justice, and her contributions to the Philippines film industry. So she's been in there from day dot, from 16, maybe younger, and she's still thriving. Aunor started her career as a singer after winning a local talent search. She rose to fame in the following years as both a singer-actress. After her film debut Over the World in 1967, she transitioned into a heavy drama and highly acclaimed performances in films such as 3 Years Without God, Once a Moth, and You Are My Mother or My Daughter, Miracles, Flowers of the City Jail. She's done loads. Well, I'm just reading about her personal life. I'm going to leave all the details below so you can go into Wikipedia and check her out. But she's had a serious life. I mean, she has a serious life. Apologies for that. Well, marriage and later life. So she's author Christopher De Leon tied a knot in 1975. A civil ceremony. She and Dion had one biological child, actor Ian De Leon, born in 1975, and 4 adopted children. Keo Kenneth and her husband renewed their vows in January 27, 1976 in a religious service. So this is really lovely. Starting from the 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s. So she's got a career path in a number of generations, man. Brilliant. Right. I'm going to press play now because I'm going to leave all the details for you to, number one, check out. I think that she holds such strength and substance within the Philippines that she cannot be ignored, and it's a pleasure to react to her. It really is. So, without further ado, you know what we're here for. Great vocabs and a damn good video audio music. Can you dig it?
Lonely as can be.
Look at her voice.
Now I will be all alone.
16.
This time you'll be gone, and you'll come back no more. Yes, I know you don't love me anymore.
Is this the talent show?
I made you blue. I made you cry. going to hurt you like you hurt me. I didn't know it was hurting me more. It's
Loads of
too
questions.
late, you don't love
But
me
for now,
anymore.
I'm just watching this.
Sorry, I'm so sorry, but how are you to know?
Was she a world sensation at that time?
Tonight I'll cry. Tonight I'll miss you so.
Wow.
Now I will be lonely as can be.
That must have shocked loads of people, her
Now I
vocals,
will be
age,
all alone.
where she comes from.
This time you'll be gone, and you'll come back no more. Yes, I know you don't love me anymore.
I'm mesmerized. I really am. So that was Nora Aunor. It doesn't say in what year that this particular song was done. So I'm going to try and go into Wikipedia and find out, go into Wikipedia and find out when that was. So Korea 1960s, after winning the Total Talent Search Tangalan in 1967, she made her first appearance as a guest in Timmy Yero's Coliseum concert. She made her first TV appearance as a guest in the evening with, is that Pilda or Pilta? 1967, Aunor signed an 8-picture non-exclusive contract to do some films and singing. It was a film all over the world and The Way Out of My Country. It doesn't say nothing about you, the song. Moonlight Becomes You, that was 1967, okay. Although supported the minor roles in 6 films, meanwhile she took 7 singles: Moonlight Becomes You, There's Just a Flower, No Return, No Exchange, You Are My First Love for Jasper Records. And 1968 was less busy time. She only had minor roles in 3 films, mostly musical numbers. But for me, was it the era of the American influctuations? You know, there was a time in the wars and all that kind of stuff. I don't know how, I've got to do my history, definitely. But when was the war? Was the war sort of like round about that area? Because we're talking about 1967, and we've got a 16-year-old from the Philippines singing Western songs and smashing it out the park. There has to be some kind of Western influence. And I think the only thing that I can picture was the unfortunate war around that time. So there was a lot of American soldiers and all that stuff, and people there was this whole new wave of fashion, of this and of that and all that stuff, and there comes the music as well, and inspired by many artists like Nora. Or have I got this completely wrong? Nora's just like a 1 in a million amazing artist that, you know, because I know, you know that because you told me that in the Philippines, even though English is a second language, they understand it perfectly well, and every household is a singer. They've either got some kind of karaoke or whatever have you. Incidentally, I'm going to do my reactions regarding that, because I've seen so many videos of whatever indicating where it started for Philippines. Why is Philippines such a brilliant nation of singers? Like every other door, you have a singer, someone that can sing, and not only sing, I mean sing. You know, like riffs and all that kind of stuff. So I want to touch into that a bit and find out the why, how, what was the reason, how did it come about, and I think that there's enough substance on YouTube for me to gather that information and compile some kind of reaction to that. So watch out for that. I am blown apart by Nora. I am seriously blown apart by Nora. Like I said, I'm going to leave all the information on Wikipedia for you guys to read it out, because it spans from the 1960s to present day. Yeah? And she's still smashing it. She is still smashing it, I believe. Wait a minute, she hasn't passed away, hasn't she? No, it doesn't say that she's passed away. If she has, condolences, but I very much doubt she has. There's a picture of her in 1921. She's gone into political status as well now. Okay, look, I think I've told you more than enough. The rest, I'm going to leave down for you, down the bottom for you to check out. Amazing vocals. I can't wait to check out what she's done. Well, I've got the list of names, the titles of the song, so I'll be following that title. Until next time, I salute you. Boomer!